What's going on with all my money motivated stars? Now in this video, I want to talk about, can you have flaws living in today's time? You know what I mean? Because all the stuff that I view, whether online or in person, it seems like it's getting more and more harder to have so-called imperfection or flaws in today's time due to social media. You know what I mean? And like I said, this ties into what I've been experiencing lately, you know, what other people what y'all probably been experiencing when it comes to our situations. And like I said, we can use the J. Cole situation, because like him apologizing, I talked about it yesterday, so I'm finna talk about something else that's pertaining to that. So with him apologizing and him saying like that this song didn't sit right on his spirit, you have a lot of people saying, well, if it didn't sit right on his spirit, it sure wasn't sitting right on his, it was sitting right on his spirit when he was recording it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna take that little sentence right there and just move on from the whole situation, because we all experienced it. It ain't even got to be about J. Cole and the Kendrick Lamar situation, because I'm really trying to move past it. But it's something important I wanted to bring up about imperfection. That's what this video is about. But I use the instant situation about imperfection is having flaws, you know, because in today's time, people can sit there and say stuff like that, but you got to look back at any time you ever messed up or did anything that you know didn't sit right in your spirit. Okay, I'm saying like this. Say, I'm gonna put like 3-4 different examples. It's a lot of people who at the time what they was doing, if they was cheating or whatnot, it felt right at the time, but after the process of that person actually committing that act, sometimes a lot of this stuff have to settle. You know what I mean? You have to settle in your mind like, damn, what did I just do? Did I just cheat on my wife? You know what I mean? It felt good at the moment, but after I did it, you know what I mean, and had to go home to my wife, it didn't sit right on my spirit. You know what I mean? That's what J. Cole is mean. That's what people mean when they say, okay, this ain't sit right on my spirit. Even though they have just committed an act, adulterous act, or it can be, you know what I mean? For me, for example, it's like me, if I go bake a cake, you know, filled with dairy products like milk, and I add the eggs and the sugar on top, you know, the frosting on top. As I'm doing it, I probably know it's a bad thing, you know what I mean? Or if I go buy one, I ain't even gotta make it. If I go buy one and I'm just craving something sweet, while I'm eating, it's gonna taste good to me, but the after effect, I might not be able to sleep at night, because now I didn't hit my lower intestines, and it's, you know what I'm saying, wreaking havoc on my gut. A lot of people fail to realize that people are not perfect. You know what I mean? Like I said, social media has a lot to do with it, because people just sitting back comparing their life to other people's lives. You know what I mean? So they feel like people online, you have no business making a mistake. How dare you? You know what I mean? Like, people look at social media like it's supposed to be perfect, and people supposed to live their life, they day-to-day life perfect, and there's supposed to be no screw-ups. People start forgetting the meaning of life was to fail, then succeed. You know what I mean? The failure what brings the success. If you are a person that don't give up, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people still living in this. That's what I'm saying. This world's becoming more make-believe, because more people are tuned in. They have their eyes tuned into this phone and social media more than they have their consciousness tuned into their actual life. That's why people are letting days go by and they're not really doing anything with their life, because they're so stuck in this metaverse. Like, y'all gotta realize, this is the first metaverse that they created, where they knew people was gonna put their lives and everything they owned, their memory, into this phone. You know what I mean? Then, like I said, they was gonna make it more fun for us, more easy. You know what I mean? Because social media can be fun and addicting. So now they're giving us the goggles to now we don't even have to stare into the screen. We can put the screen on our face and be in that world. So now people just taking it a step further. Now, like I said, the step further from the goggles, which is the metaverse, that's transhumanism. Putting your actual consciousness in a robot, which some people are doing already. You know what I mean? They want you to get so far from yourself and separate your consciousness from your body. But a lot of people don't realize a lot of people's consciousness is already separated from their body. You know what I mean? So that's why a lot of people are going ahead taking a step further, because they can be more lazy if they just take their consciousness and take it from, separate it from this body and put it into something else, because now you got a full functioning body, but it's not going to be what you think. You know what I mean? They may give you a body that you're going to be trapped in for the rest of your life. Like, people are going to put their lives in other people's hands, when other beings' hands, and just lose sight of our reality, because you can see it going on online. People are losing sight of our reality. You know what I mean? Like, people can't have mistakes talking about why your spirit went off when you was doing it. You know what I mean? Like I said, he might have been, some people getting their ego, they might do something that they gonna regret later. That's what a regret is. You know what I mean? You start regretting things when you feel it on your spirit and you be like, damn, I shouldn't have done that. But a lot of people don't. A lot of people, like I said, on social media and on YouTube and all this, people are living perfect lives and nobody has regrets in their lives. You know what I mean? Nobody have regrets at all. You know, some people might say, well, I don't have no regrets for real because this is what made me. You know what I mean? And I understand that. Everything I went through is what made me, but I do look back on times and I say I would have done things better if I was reunited with that time and place again. If I could rewind time, not saying I want to go back and rewind time and do something over, but if that opportunity was presented to me, I would do something different. You know what I mean? Some people probably would rewind time and probably wouldn't do anything differently because they like, nah, I want to meet this person. I probably want to meet my wife. I want to meet my husband. You know, and I understand it, but me, I would have done things differently, you know, when it comes down to being presented at that time. But I don't look back and say, oh, my life is what you call, I ruined my life because I did this. Like I said, I'm appreciative for everything that I went through and everything I've gone through, but I would make some corrections, you know what I mean, if I was presented with that gift, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to it, people got to understand people are not perfect, and sometimes you don't even know what will and what won't sit right in your spirit till you actually do it. You know what I mean? Like I said, there will be no such thing as success if there was if there was no such thing as failure. Everybody would be successful if there was no such thing as failure. You know what I mean? It would always be light if it was no such thing as dark. People got to understand the balance. That's how you grow. You know what I mean? Because he probably put out this song and was like, damn, my fans didn't even give me the feedback I thought I was going to get from this. You know what I mean? They saying I should have been a bigger person. So a lot of that stuff don't really hit until you make that move on doing certain things. You know what I mean? Like, you may go get your car painted when you knowing your rent is finna be due. You know what I mean? But you get that done, and now you feeling good for the moment because you got a new paint job, but now rent due, and you like, damn, this shit ain't sitting right on my spirit. I should have, you know what I mean? It's not sitting right on my conscience. I should have thought better. Yes, I had a conscious decision to do A, but I chose B. You know what I mean? And people are still going through that today as we speak, and a lot of people act like they not going through that at all. You know what I mean? A lot of people wish they could have chose different baby mamas, you know what I mean? A different father for their child. But it's a lot, like I said, we living in a make-believe world, and people projecting how they feel onto others. Like, you should have did better, you should have did better. If you online telling constantly, man, arguing with folks telling people they need to do better, you just reflecting on what you saying to yourself. I should have did better. I need to do better. You know what I mean? That's why people get so angry when it comes down to people they don't know. Because you just looking at a mirror, man. This world is a mirror. You know what I mean? You're looking at your reflection, because people don't know that we are all connected and we are all one. So when it comes down to us feeling all this energy, what we feel about ourselves, we looking in the mirror and saying, you should have did this, you should have did this. But people need to actually go to the actual mirror in their room and start saying it, in their bathroom, start saying it to the actual person who they in control of, because you're not in control of anybody else in their free will. You know what I mean? But those people got to understand, when people are telling you stuff, saying you ugly, saying you lame, and you just really don't have no source for where they got all this information from, it's coming from within. A lot of people wish they can go to the mirror and point at themselves, which they need to do, you know what I mean? But they go to their reflection, which is me, which is you, you know what I mean? And they start lashing out because they feel like deep internally they should have did something, you know what I mean? So when they see imperfection in others, they try to act like they don't have any, you know? So it's just a mind thing, a psychological thing that people don't even know, aren't even aware of that they do. You know, it's just like some secondhand stuff because we wasn't taught to hone in on our emotions. We were just taught to outrage and rage out on other people. You know what I mean? We wasn't taught like emotional education. Like I said, people, we living in the metaverse. You know what I mean? Even with holding this phone. So that's all I want to say. Y'all give me y'all opinion on this. So y'all think my opinion could be kind of accurate, or y'all just think you made your bed, you gotta lie in it. You know what I mean? You should just sit in pity. But y'all let me know, man. Y'all be blessed on walking this smoke.